Good morning, all. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, please.
So, how many people have joined?
So currently you joined. They are still joining, sir, but it's not the
Okay, fine.
they'll join.
So, anyway, we'll start. Okay, we will not wait for others. We will start on time daily. You have 10:30 class, right?
Yes, sir.
Visible?
Yes, sir. Visible.
Okay. So, today's class is very important. Okay, today's class, as I said, this particular test, SPT test, is very important. So, we will go this SPT test. So, we'll discuss something about this SPT test today. Okay. Visible? Should I continue?
Yes, sir. Please continue.
Okay. So this, what is this SPT test is all about? Okay, it is called the standard penetration test. Standard penetration test. Okay. So this particular test we will conduct after making the boreholes. Okay, we will make some boreholes. We'll after that, anyway, we'll collect sample, soil sample, and in that borehole or a pit, whatever may be. So this is a field test. That means this will give some idea to us what kind of soil it is. In this test, we are able to find out the N value. N value means number of blows. So there would be some sampler. So anyway, I will show you a picture, video, but there would be some samplers, split spoon sampler here. This is small shoe, okay, at the bottom. So what we'll do here, this will continue with the hammer. We will give number of blows. Understand? With hammer, we will give the number of blows, and we'll count the number of blows. We count the penetrations. So here, this would be 150, 150 and 150. That means 15 centimeter, 15 centimeter plus 15 centimeter. For every 15 centimeter, we'll count the number of blows. Okay, for the penetration. And if the number of blows are less, what does it mean? Whether the soil is soft or hard.
So soft.
Soft. Okay. So generally,
Soft,
what
soft.
will, so yeah, that will give an idea to us. If the number of blows are increasing, n value, that is n value increasing, it means that there is a hard strata. Understand? So this is a very, very important test, and they will ask in all the competitive exams, okay, whether it may be GATE, PSUs, engineering services, any exams. So this standard penetration test is very, very important in this particular chapter, I would say. And nowadays also we are conducting this test. Okay, even myself goes to the, as I said, some consultancy work. We have this standard penetration test in our laboratory. So we will take small truck or we will book small truck and we take this standard penetration test. And I will catch some of our non-teaching staff or students, PhD student. And what we'll do is if they have some pit, okay, if the soil is good, okay, where we can make some pit or a trench like this. Okay, here what I will do, I will conduct this test with the hammer. Okay, so hammer, anyway, those things anyway I will show you. Then what I will do, hammer would be dropped from a certain height and we will note down the n value, number of blows for every 15 centimeter or 150 mm. First 150 mm will be discarded. That means the soil would be loose, okay? Because when you make a trench or a borehole, the soil would be disturbed. So we will not consider this first 15. We will consider only this 30. N value for 30 blows. That's what it is given in this paragraph. Okay. So what is given here is, if you read. So today we will focus only on this SPT. Okay, whole class. I'm not going to teach any other topic. Only SPT because it is very, very important. Here the standard penetration test is the most commonly used institute test. It is an institute test. Okay, especially for the cohesionless soils, which cannot be easily sampled. That means we cannot bring it. Okay, sometimes difficult to bring it. The text is extremely useful for determining the relative density and the angle of shear friction. That means the phi value. Okay. It can also be used for determining the unconfined compressive strength of a cohesive soil also. That means this test can be used for any soil, but generally we prefer for the cohesionless soil. Okay. Especially the standard penetration test is conducted in a borehole using a standard split press spoon. That means this we have seen that one. Okay, the spoon which will try to split in this direction, it will try. That means we can open this spoon. Okay, we can open and we can take it out soil from this. There will be a here should be there. Okay, soil will enter into this like this when you apply a number of blows. Then we can split that one in this direction. It will split and we can take the soil sample. So when the borehole has been drilled at a desired depth, we know the desired depth. Okay, where we have to make a test. And what we'll do is drilling sample will be removed. The drop hammer of 63 kg. This is very, very important. They will ask in the exam, what is the weight of this drop hammer? 63.5 kg. Height also they will ask in the exam. What is the height of this one? 750 mm. it would be dropped. Okay, how you have to drop? At a rate of 30 blows per minute. That's what the IS code says. Okay, Indian Standard Code says take a 63 kg of mass, which would be dropped from a height of 750 mm at the rate of 30 blows per minute. In 1 minute, 30 blows you have to drop. Then what you have to do is by 150 number of blows recorded for every 150, 150, 150. Okay, for every 50 you have to count it, driven by 150, 150, and here it is mentioned first 150 is discarded. Okay, disregarded. Okay, that means we will not count it because we have already disturbed that side. So 150 will not count. Then what will count? The rest to 150, 150. That means 30 centimeter or 300 mm. The number of blows recorded for last two 150 mm intervals are added to give the standard penetration number. This is our goal. Standard penetration number, SPT, N value. In other words, it is nothing but the number of blows required for 300 mm penetration. Now, if the number of blows drive is exceeds 50, more than 50, okay, or it can be taken as refusal. That means the ground is not penetrating at all. Okay, whatever after 150 again you are trying to apply the number of blows. Okay, then what happens? That particular stage we have to stop the test, discontinue the test. That means there is a hard strata, very hard strata, maybe stones or maybe very hard strata. We have to stop. Now you may ask how much value we should have these n values. There are tables given in the next this one page. Okay. Now there are two corrections we will apply for these n values. So whatever recorded values IS code says it is not correct. Why? Because there are few corrections we have to apply before using that n value. Now it is clear that you have found the n value, right? After applying the number of blows and measuring the penetration for 150 mm, 150 mm and the 150 mm, first 150 will neglect it. For rest 150, 300 mm or 30 centimeter will count the number of blows, n values. Generally, okay, if the n value is more than 50 after, for 150 mm, then we'll stop the test. Okay. Now we will do some corrections here. One correction is dilatancy correction, very, very important. For a silty or a fine sands below the water table, suppose there may be some water table, the pore pressure will try to develop, which is not easily dissipated. Understand? The pore pressure increases the resistance of the soil and hence the penetration number also. Because of this pore pressure, what happens? The n values may be less, but what we are doing is we are overestimating. So resistance also increases. To apply that particular corrections, this Terjagi and Peck, these two fellows in 1967, they have given these dilatancy corrections. What they say is the following correction in the case of silty and fine sand. When the observed value of n exceed 15, if it is more than 15, we will apply these corrections. Terjagi and Peck recommended the following corrections in which, in the case of silty fine sand, silty fine sand. Okay, it is a fine sand but having silt. When the observed value of N exceeds 15, 15 the number of blows. Okay, it's not having any units, number of blows. The corrected penetration number NC can be written as this one. 15 plus half bracket NR is the recorded value minus 15 is the where NR is the recorded value and NC is the corrected value. Here what we are doing here, what is happening to the N corrected value? The pore pressure increases the resistance of the soil and hence the penetration number also. How you can find out the corrected value? 15 plus recorded value half recorded value minus 15. If recorded value is less than 15, then what will do? Corrected value would be equal to the recorded value. Understand? This is very, very important. Hope you are following. If it is more than that, what we are doing? We are just correcting these values. What is happening to the N? N is we are reducing it. Okay. This is called the delicacy correction for silty fine sand. Is it clear? Next, there is one more correction. That correction is called the overburden correction. Okay, that particular correction is called the overburden correction. In a granular soil, listen carefully. In a granular soil, the overburden pressure affects the penetration resistance. If two soils having the same relative density but different confining pressure are tested, the one which has the higher confining pressure gives the higher penetration number. As the confining pressure in cohesionless soil increases with the depth, that we know already, okay, the penetration number of soil at shallow depth is underestimated and at the greater depth it is overestimated. That means confining pressure, anyway we know that it is going to keep on increasing with the depth. So what is happening is deeper depth we are overestimating. Okay, so the soil increases, the confining pressure increases with the depth. At a shallow depth it is underestimated and at a greater depth it is overestimated. To correct this one more, this particular correction has been given, overburden pressure correction. So they will ask in the exam, we have two corrections in the standard penetration test. What are those? Dilatancy correction and the overburden correction. When we have to apply dilatancy corrections, because of the pore pressure in silty fine sand, the resistance which increases, then we apply this corrected N value. Overburden pressure, the confining pressure increases with the depth, we will apply this particular overburden correction factor. So this Gibbs and Halls, these fellows, has given this particular correction. For uniformity, N values obtained from field test under different effective overburden pressure are corrected to a standard effective overburden pressure. Okay, recommended the use of following equation for dry or moist clean sand. Corrected value is recorded value multiplied by 350 divided by what is this one? Effective overburden present. We have seen in the effective stress chapter, sigma dash, okay, initial plus 70. So this particular equation is applicable when the sigma naught dash is less than or equal to 280 kilonewton per meter square. The ratio corrected by recorded should lie between the 0.45 and the 2. If the corrected by recorded ratio is greater than 2, NC should be divided by 2 to obtain the design value used for finding the bearing capacity of a soil. Understand? That's what they have given. Now, the correction may be extended to a saturated silty sand and the fine sand after modifying this particular NR according to the equation 17.6. That is, NC is obtained from the 17.6 equation would be taken as NR in the equation of 17.5, the previous one. Hope you are following. This particular equation is very important. I have seen they will ask in some exams, okay? This particular equation. Now, one more important point here is this particular point. Does the overburden correction is applied first and then the dilatancy correction is applied? So they will ask which correction they will apply. We have to apply first for N value. So which one we have to apply first? Overburden we have to apply, then dilatancy corrections. Understand? And one more equation also been given by this particular people. This Peck and Hansen given the chart, okay, this is a chart, overburden correction chart for N values for effective overburden present according to them. So this is the equation, okay. So this is the equation. This is one more equation. I mean for this one, for this sigma greater than 24 and so on. Again, they have given the ratio for this one. And one more fellow also given these people, okay. Cesare also given this equation. So what you understand is here we will apply these corrections. Okay. So some of the equation they may give and they may ask you to find out this. What are the corrections generally we apply for this our N values. Now, what are the correlations between the N and the engineering properties? Okay, so this particular N value is very, very important. Okay, for any field test, once you get N value, that's all. There are so many correlations correlations are available in the books. One is once you have N value, you can find out the phi value, strength values, C value, and so on. The values of standard penetration test depends upon the relative density of a cohesionless soil and the unconfined compression of a cohesive soil. If the soil is compacted stiff, the penetration number is high. That already we know. The angle of shear friction for a cohesionless soil depends upon the N value. Greater the n value, the greater is the angle of shearing friction, that is phi. The consistency and the unconfined shear strength of the cohesive soil can approximately determine. So there are correlations are available here. So this is what the correlations are given. Visible? Look at this graph. Very, very important. Okay. So what we are planning to do it, we just go in the field and conduct the SPT test and find out the n value. Once you have n values, suppose we have n value here, 30. 36 is the approximate 36 is the phi value. What is happening here? If the n value is increasing, phi value also increasing. This is for cohesionless soil. What about for cohesive soil? This is given for the cohesive soil. Okay, so where Qu is the unconfined compressive strength. Okay, so here this would be given as 12.5 N. You read it, what is given in the previous paragraph. Okay, that we didn't read it. So can be written as 12.5 into N. And these are the N values. Based on the N values, we can say that soil is loose, very loose, or loose, medium, dense, or very dense. If the N value is below 4, I mean 0 to 4, it means very, very loose. What is the angle of internal friction you may expect? 25 to 32. How generally we find out this angle of internal friction? We can find out from the box shear test, C into phi, that we have seen. If the N value is 4 to 10, you will get it 27 degrees to 35. It comes under the loose category. If the N value is 10 to 30, it is a medium. If the 30 to 50, dense. Above 50, that's what we have. Very dense. I mean, after that, if you keep on dropping hammer, there you won't expect any penetration, a rebound. I mean, so hard strata arrived. It may arrive hard strata. Okay. So for that, what is the phi value? 45. So what is the correlation between the N and the unconfined compressive strength Qu? If the N value is 0.022, very, very soft soil. And if you test in the laboratory by using wind shear test, you will get below 25 only kilonewton per meter square. So we can test it, right? We can collect the soft soil, and you might have seen wind shear test. Okay, there would be some blade here, blade, and this is the torque. We'll apply, by applying the torque, we can find out this. Basically, we'll find out C only. Okay, Cu, undrained shear strength, or unconfined compression, because it is a cohesive soil, may not be having any phi value, internal angle, internal friction of angle. Okay, if the N value is 2 to 4, it is a soft. You can expect Qu 25 to 50. If the N value is 4 to 8, you can expect 50 to 100. If the N value is 8 to 15, stiff. If the N value is 15 to 30, very stiff, and above 30, hard. That means we are talking about the clay. Okay, there would be stiff clay also available. Stiff clays. So very soft soil. So all these parameters depend on the water content only. For a clay soil, the shear strength depends on the water content. If the water content is very high, if you make it like a paste, then it comes under the very soft category. Same thing, if you reduce the water content, what happens? It becomes stiff. That's what we do. We'll play with the clay, right? We'll make a Ganesh idol and so on. Because we will reduce the water after molding it, the water is going to reduce, and we can make a ball also, cricket ball also, very stiff. Once water reduces, what happens? It becomes hard. So mostly 101% it depends on the water content only for a clay soil. Understand? So this is all about this standard penetration test. Okay. So what we have seen here, we have started with this particular test, that is standard penetration test, where we will apply number of blows. So this thing what we will do is tomorrow's class we will see some videos. So you'll understand what exactly it is. Okay, you now today you just imagine it, how it looks like and all. So next class we'll see. I will show some videos of SPT test, and so by looking those videos, how generally we collect the sample, how generally we make the bore holes. You might have seen. Okay, some people might have seen it. So now you can also watch in the YouTube how generally we conduct the SPT test. Very important test, the field test. By knowing the n value, we can get everything. I mean, this n value, from the n value we can find out the bearing capacity of soil also. That we will see in the next chapter. Okay, if you have n value, with the help of n value we can say that how much the soil is having the bearing capacity, how many tons, how many kilonewtons it is having, it can bear the load. So all correlations, many correlations, if you take all geotechnical engineering books, okay, all the books, you will see this n value. Once you have n values, you can get anything. You can get C, you can get phi, and many parameters are given. Many people worked, their research shows these n values. Okay, so with that, today I'll stop this particular topic. This thing I will upload to you. Okay. Is it clear? Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.